Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the new General Manager of SmackDown, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. The Savior is going to the Royal Rumble. The Bounty Hunter running from his target. Death Rider chasing off the Bounty Hunter. Jeff Cobb wants a fight with Brian Cage, not in the ring. But anyway, Kevin Owens, Kazuchika Okada, Royal Rumble qualifier. Jay White, oh, you are kidding me! Blade Runner! Jay White screws Okada out of the opportunity on his way to making SmackDown breathe with the Switchblade. Hello everyone and welcome to SmackDown! Live from the Rogers Place Arena in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. There is plenty to look forward to on the Blue Brand as we head towards the Royal Rumble. You saw the recap from last week, and there you see the man standing right there, Jeff Cobb, waiting for his fight with Brian Cage. Will he get it tonight? One thing is for certain, we're going to get a fight here tonight in our main event of the evening, as Toni Storm will go one-on-one with the boss Sasha Banks, the winner facing Shayna Baszler for the SmackDown Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And folks, at some point tonight, we do not know when, where, or how the Switchblade Jay White will call out the WWE Champion, Tommaso Ciampa. Plenty to happen here on SmackDown tonight, and it starts right now. And it starts with a Royal Rumble qualifying match between the American Show-Offs and the Dangerous Alliance. Dolph Ziggler warming up and ready, but we wait for the disc scratch to signal the arrival of his tag team partner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Back and firing on almost every cylinder are the former tag team champions. Having had two recent matches with the Saviors and going one apiece with the tag team champions recently, they are now setting their sights on the Royal Rumble match. And what an interesting predicament it is that SmackDown General Manager Shawn Michaels has placed these two teams in. Of course, both of them former tag team champions, both of them incredibly successful in the tag team division. Every single man in this match has at one point been a world champion. In Dolph Ziggler's case, he's been the world champion 3 times. But yet, they gotta get to the Royal Rumble, a place where there can only be one winner as a tag team. It's a very interesting predicament that Michaels has placed them in, because they gotta work together to get there. But when they get to the Rumble, every man for themselves, of course. And out first comes the man who will be looking to get there, looking to win the Royal Rumble, the almighty Bobby Lashley, being accompanied out, of course, by the leader of this trio, Paul Heyman. It is not the only time we'll see Heyman here this evening. That's right, folks. Bobby Fish is in the building here tonight. And right now, it's Lashley and Sheamus heading towards the ring. Former tag team champions, of course, as I previously mentioned, lost the tag team titles at TLC to the Saviors. And right now, of course, they're not focusing on getting them back, but they are focusing on going to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Seems as if it's SmackDown's case. Everyone's having to fight to win a shot to go to the Royal Rumble event. Certainly in the Men's Royal Rumble, as we heard about 48 hours ago on Monday Night Raw. That is not the case, with Sting keeping every single participant in both Royal Rumble matches, secret per his own wording anyway. Of course, we know the trifecta are going to be in the Royal Rumble because Tessa Blanchard said so herself. And we know as well that later on tonight, there will be another woman added to that match, as the woman who is defeated between Toni Storm and Sasha Banks is going to go to the historic 30-woman Royal Rumble match. But right now, it is about the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, and might I say as well, clicked into my head a little bit as Lashley was coming out, how weird and how strange it is, even though they didn't hold the tag team titles for a long time at all, it is for the Dangerous Alliance to not have the gold around their waist. Like I said, I know they weren't the tag team champions for the longest period of time, but it's still just, it feels different. It just looks a bit odd, I think would be the best way of saying it. Just as I was getting used to seeing those titles around the Dangerous Alliance's waist, the Saviors snapped it away from them. And speak of the Saviors as well, they're here tonight to go with it. But right now it is tag team action to get us underway here on SmackDown. The Americans show off, standing by one another, talking through some last minute tactics maybe. Heyman might be doing the same at a camera shot with Bobby Lashley. As Sheamus soaks in the reaction from the Edmonton crowd here tonight. And we wait to see what will happen when the bell rings and this matchup gets underway. It's going to be Cody Rhodes starting things off here with Bobby Lashley. And the in-ring action will begin here this evening for SmackDown. We have a camera ready backstage as well for the moment that Brian Cage, should he arrive to SmackDown here tonight to face Jeff Cobb, we will have a camera ready to cut right to it, even if it means cutting in the middle of a matchup. We will cut backstage to show you that fight between Cobb and Cage, should the Machine show up here tonight. But right now, there's Lashley and Cody in the ring. And unless we hear anything from backstage, it will stay that way with the in-ring action as Lashley gets a 2 count there off a early middle rope spear. Nicely thought through there by Lashley, but way too early in the match to be hoping to put away a former world champion. Cody Rhodes is in here. Oh, and getting dumped down on the mat, courtesy of the power. Bobby Lashley is the almighty one already, throwing Cody into the corner. Tag mate Sheamus is legal here. Good start from the former tag team champions, who certainly have a lot of anger to get out of their system, having lost those tag team titles at TLC to the Saviors. Far from positive reaction for Sheamus as he works over Cody Rhodes here. Sending Cody in the corner right now. Sheamus lining it up here and coming in hot with a hard lariat. And the show off Ziggler wanting in here, but Sheamus just denying it. Look out now. Sheamus with just a suplex dump, essentially, of Cody Rhodes there, who has not started this match off hot at all. It has pretty much been all about the Dangerous Alliance since the moment that bell rung. And Sheamus working over Cody right now. Look at how far he's stretching that arm back. Ziggler coming in to make the save. Of course, it wasn't that long ago that Cody Rhodes came back from an injury sustained a number of months ago in a tag team match. Maybe Ziggler just looking out for his tag team partner to make sure whatever injury it may be does not get, it doesn't flare back up and it doesn't get rekindled. That is certainly not something that the American show-offs would want, especially if they win here tonight with a grueling match like the Royal Rumble coming up in their sights if they are victorious here this evening. And here we go now, Ziggler finally legal. Let's see what'll happen here. Thrust kick into the gut, drop kick from the 3-time world champion, and down goes Sheamus. Forearm in the face of Ziggler. Gives up the back to Sheamus. Reverse scoop slam there. Thing of beauty by Ziggler. Goes into the cover after showing tremendous strength, and he just can't put away the Celtic Warrior right now. It's going to be important for Ziggler to stay on Sheamus. That's exactly what he's doing, but he can't capitalize. Sheamus coming up with a counter. The power advantage going the way of the Celtic Warrior, and the Almighty One is legal again. And here we go. Some of the signature offense of the Dangerous Alliance. Irish Curse backbreaker, and the knee coming across the chest from Lashley. That could do it, but Ziggler's feet rather, were in the ropes. Good call there by the referee, and Heyman doesn't seem all that pleased about it at ringside, but he is cheering on the Dangerous Alliance right now. As all, Lashley coming in with a dangerous Saito suplex. And again, Dangerous Alliance retake fairly dominant control of this matchup here. Look at how they're keeping Ziggler pinned in their side of the ring as well. It's what makes them one of the most dangerous teams out there. Lashley in, spinning full Nelson slam. Ziggler down, maybe out. Here's the cover. There's the kick out at 2. Ziggler getting the shoulder up in time, albeit not in the most emphatic fashion, shall we say. Ziggler roll out of the way. That clothesline roll up now, and it's Lashley who's under the ropes this time. But look at what that did. That little roll up there. Look at how it just changed the distance of the ring for Dolph Ziggler right next to his tag team partner, and he'll make the tag. Cody Rhodes legal. Double axe handle comes down on Lashley, and the strength of Cody as he hits that teardrop suplex. Very much feeling like it'll have to be a come from behind victory for the American show-offs in this one, but that's what they're going to try. Cody, middle of the ring, figure four. Heyman watching on as the figure 4 is locked in. Lashley in trouble, nowhere near the ropes here. Will he have to submit? Not going to happen. Not enough damage done in this matchup to Lashley. Turned the figure 4 over there, but Cody trying to fight back. Lariat, Cody moved out of the way. Greatly timed there. In he comes. Look at the strength of Cody Rhodes. How did he pull that one out of his sleeve? Wheelbarrow German suplex, and now he's in. Crossroads, he's looking to end it. Cody covers Lashley. And oh, Sheamus with a last second to the decimal point save of Bobby Lashley. Saved once, but maybe not twice. Crossroads connects again. Sheamus sent off the apron. No playing around from Cody. 1, 2. The American show-offs are going to the Royal Rumble. At one point it looked like it could have been all over, but 2 Crossroads will seal it. Chalk up 2 former world champions in the Royal Rumble match. And while you're there, chalk up Hangman Page for the Royal Rumble match as well. Absolutely agree with the Heartbreak Kid. The Hangman deserves it. And let's see what he can do in that Royal Rumble match in about 2.5 weeks' time. But right now, folks, back in the ring, Mojo Rawley ready to compete here this evening. First time we've seen him, of course, since he was decimated in that steel cage match by Kevin Steen on that night. Mojo ready here this evening to go one-on-one with the bro himself, Matt Riddle. Interesting to see how Mojo has been able to recover here. Hang on a minute! Hang on! Jay White! Jay White! We certainly didn't know when or where. Well, here's our answer. Jay White assaulting Mojo Rawley. Caught him off guard. And Blade Runner from the Switchblade. Mojo down and out on the outside. Jay White standing in the ring. The time has come. Jay White wasn't interested in waiting any longer. He knows Ciampa's back there and he wants a piece of him. He wants to call him out. And he is bringing Goldie into the mix. And if that is not going to rest well with anyone, it is going to be the WWE Champion himself, Jay White, trying to get under the sleeve, trying to get under the skin of Ciampa. And here he comes. The champ is here with Goldie. But he isn't saying a word. Ciampa staying silent. Jay White not going to let those mind games affect him, though. The Switchblade knows what he's doing. And he is bringing up TLC to get what he wants. Wait a minute. Jay White? Is Jay White expecting Ciampa to just lay the title on the floor? For what? Well, if Ciampa doesn't want to do that, and hell, I don't expect that happening. Jay White wants an opportunity at the title. He wants to break the spirits and take Goldie away from Ciampa. While that title may be in his grasp, there is no movement from the mouth of the champion. Ciampa still silent. And Jay White is starting to get pissed off by it. Jay White wants his fight. He wants Goldie. He wants SmackDown to breathe with the Switchblade. Jay White can't wait any longer, and Ciampa's playing these mind games perfectly. Hang on, Mojo back to his feet. Rolling from behind with a steel chair. And Ciampa has ditched Goldie to hit the ring and hit the fairy tale ending onto the Switchblade. The Blackheart laying out the Switchblade tonight. And seems set. And putting White in his place. He has nothing to thank Jay White for. And the Switchblade will get no thanks either. Only Goldie deserves the thanks of Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, that sounds grim from the Blackheart himself. It's not a reward coming Jay White's way. It's an awakening, courtesy of Tommaso Ciampa. And that awakening will come at the Royal Rumble. It'll be Tommaso Ciampa versus Jay White for the WWE Championship. Will Goldie breathe with the Switchblade? Or will he take his final breath? There is a lot to take in that we have just seen on SmackDown right now. We know now that the WWE Championship match is official between Ciampa and Jay White for the Royal Rumble. What a moment that was! Turnabout being fair play for the Switchblade as he was laid out by Mojo and the Blackheart. And then we just heard from Toni Storm herself. She seems ready for this main event tonight, but at the same time, there seems to be fear within Toni when it comes to Shayna Baszler. But right now, the fear looks to be extracted from us all, as though he might not be here tonight. These three men look to pass on the blessing and the cleansing of the Savior himself. It is the SmackDown Tag Team Champions and the Intercontinental Champion in the building here tonight, as Drew Gulak will go one-on-one with the infamous Bobby Fish. We have seen what has happened the last 2 weeks on SmackDown with Kota Ibushi and Bobby Fish. It all started 2 weeks ago when Kota Ibushi defended the Intercontinental title against Hangman Page. In the midst of his celebration, Bobby Fish took him out. Last week, Fish took to Twitter and said that he was coming for the Intercontinental title. And though Ibushi stands at ringside, he brings no title with him. But he does bring himself. He brings the Golden Savior into the building to stand across from a man who I certainly believe would reconcile himself as the true Savior of SmackDown. The three-time WWE Champion, the former Intercontinental Champion, the former Tag Team Champion, the man who has broken almost every single record there is to break on SmackDown, the infamous Bobby Fish. And there is the man who he has broken all the records with, accompanying him to the ring, Paul Heyman. While he may have gone 0-1 so far tonight, it is a whole different breed when Bobby Fish is in the building. This is the man who has done it all. He's main evented WrestleMania. He is the second longest reigning champion of all time within this company. He has the most defenses as WWE Champion. And on top of that, when it comes to that Intercontinental title, as I said, he knows all about it because he holds the record for that title as well. The longest single reign with that title, and as he said last week, he is coming to collect it again. And right now, the wrong member of the Saviors is in the ring with him. That being the savior of submissions in Drew Gulak. Bobby Fish not starting off here in a playful mood, although when is he ever in one? When he's in that ring. And you know what? I'm willing to say that it's not just down to Kota Ibushi either, that it's not just down to Fish's desire to be Intercontinental Champion that has him in such a foul mood. Oh, wait a minute, Gulak with a roll-up, small package, trying to catch Fish off guard early on, 1 count. As I was about to say, I think another reason for why Fish is in such a bad mood is our new SmackDown General Manager. Those of you who are aware, Bobby Fish retired Shawn Michaels at the last WrestleMania. But Bobby Fish doesn't respect those he retires, and I don't imagine, with all the bad blood that went on between them two heading into Shawn Michaels' retirement match at WrestleMania, that Bobby Fish is all too pleased about the Heartbreak Kid being the general manager of SmackDown. And that was one of the most dangerous back suplexes I have seen in recent memory. And what makes it even more dangerous is the man who is hitting it as well. Bobby Fish in from behind, German suplex onto Drew Gulak. And the man who brought quite a lot of fight to TLC to bring the Saviors to those new look SmackDown Tag Team titles has not been able to express it here tonight in the ring against the 3-time WWE Champion. But here we go now, suplex, slamming him down on the arm rather. Gulak going after the arm early on. Trying to take the fight out away from Bobby Fish. But if you're going to take out the arm, you need to take out the leg as well. Because of course, if that fish hook connects, it is all she wrote no matter who you are. There's a huge lariat in the back of the head from Drew Gulak. Gulak in now. He's got the arm. And he's got the leg as well. Yes, he has Tequila Sunrise. Tequila Sunrise. And look at the angle. Look at the angle that Gulak has on that hold as well. Bobby Fish in a dangerous predicament right now. Gulak trying to take out the arm and the leg. Trying to deny the fish hook. But Fish getting free there. Ducks under and goes after Gulak's legs now. Kicking him from underneath him. With all this potential pent-up anger within Bobby Fish, what does Drew Gulak have to do to overcome it here tonight to pick up what has to be one of the biggest upset wins of his career against one of the biggest names within this entire company? Here we go now, stretches the arms, European clutch, cover made from Gulak. Is it over? Oh, Fish just getting the shoulder up at time. In time rather, Gulak almost got the upset right there. Oh, what a lariat in the back of the head. Fish goes down. Slow to bring himself back to his feet as well. Drew Gulak, he is turning things around here. The collision though. Look at how quickly Fish recovered from it. And a backbreaker sends Gulak back to square one. Tiger suplex now from Fish. Beautiful bridge. Is it all she wrote? Count it 2-0 more. Look at how angsty Fish is. He's trying to finish this off as soon as possible. Say what you will about Bobby Fish, and believe me, I have said plenty about this man. Like him or hate him, he's one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Oh, what a exploder suplex in the corner. All it took was one collision One little impact between these two men, and Bobby Fish just made it his match. He's leading the way. Roderick Strong knows it at ringside. Look at how he's reacting. Bobby Fish is leading the way now. And if anything, he is just toying with Drew Gulak here because he knows that he can. He is sending a statement to the Golden Savior at ringside. And while it seems as if they're in synchronized prayer there for the Savior to help them out, Gulak, it may have worked. Gulak in with another lariat in the back of the head. The Savior's blessing may have just come down on Drew Gulak, and the chance may well be there. Gulak now running lariat. Drew Gulak finding another wind, finding the Savior's cleansing perhaps. Oh, but there's Heyman. Heyman to get involved, and Fish to come in from behind with a lariat in the back of the head of his own. Sleeping with the Fishes connects, and that means one move remains. He puts him in the middle of the ring because he knows that it's all over. He turns his back to Kota Ibushi, and hang on, Ibushi didn't like that one bit. Ibushi up on the apron. Fish and Ibushi staring down at one another here. Looking each other in the eye. Not coming to blows. Gulak from behind. 1, 2. Oh, he almost had him. Gulak almost had him. Almost, but not quite. Misses the clothesline. And now Fish is in. Fish hook on Gulak. And the cover is made. And with 1, 2, and 3, Bobby Fish pins one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. That was the moment right there, folks. Ibushi and Fish staring each other down. Gulak almost had the 3-time WWE Champion, but the Fish hook ended it. Hang on, though. They're staring down again. They could come to blows at any minute, yeah. And no one would be able to stop them. No one, maybe, except the general manager of the Blue Brand on the Titantron, the Heartbreak Kid. A little bit of lightheartedness from Shawn Michaels on the job, but he has a big point. And he knows what it's like to be against Bobby Fish as well. And it seems as if he's willing to give these men the fight that they want as well. There you have it from the mouth of the SmackDown General Manager himself at the Royal Rumble. It will be Fish and Ibushi for the Intercontinental title. Folks, we have to go backstage here. We have heard of a commotion happening backstage. Could it be that the Machine is in the building? Jeff Cobb looking over at someone. Ah, that is no Brian Cage. Elias just pulling at everyone's strings. And it seems like he is more than willing to pull at Jeff Cobb's as well. Just launching into a personal attack here on the former Olympian. What does Elias mean by that? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, I need to be that guy. But I think Elias deserves this one. Jeff Cobb is in no playing mood tonight. And Elias will earn it. Tour of the Islands onto the parquet lot floor. And hang on! Wait a minute! That's Apollo Crews! Power bomb into the locker on Jackson Riker! These two men were about to meet one-on-one! But it seems as if the bounty hunter has already fired the shot at the member of Paradigm, throwing him into the locker now. Crews assaulting Riker, throwing him out of the locker room for everyone to see. Oh, there's Moxley! Moxley on Crews, and this time, no one to save him, nowhere to run. Paradigm shift onto the backstage flooring. Moxley nailed him. And Crews sprung the trap that Moxley had lined up all along. Paradigm always keeping an eye out for one another. And it seems as if Moxley has something up his sleeve for the bounty hunter. And that is to step into the ring next week on SmackDown with the third member of Paradigm in Damian Priest. A spot in the Rumble going to the winner. But tonight, Paradigm just won up the bounty hunter. Well, folks, it was not just Raw that was on Twitter during the week. Kevin Owens took to Twitter following his match with Kazuchika Okada, apologizing to Okada for what happened, but saying that he would like to have a match with Okada in the future for the WWE title. Okada himself did not respond to this tweet at all, however, which might say something about the frame of mind that the Rainmaker is in. Well, folks, there is plenty to look forward to next week here on the Blue Brand. While he might not get his hands on Brian Cage here tonight, after what just happened backstage, Jeff Cobb is going to have to get his hands on Elias in that ring. And the same can be said for the number one contender to the WWE Championship. Jay White will go one-on-one with the right-hand man of the Blackheart in Mojo Rawley. Not the night that the Switchblade would have wanted. And he will definitely be looking to take his anger out on Rawley next week. And then we just heard it from the mouth of Death Rider himself. Next week, the bounty hunter Apollo Crews will take on the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, in the continuation of the rivalry between the bounty hunter and Paradigm. Plenty happening on the Blue Brand next week. But there's still plenty to go here tonight in Edmonton, because it is the main event of the evening. Who will face Shayna Baszler for the SmackDown Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble? Will it be Tony time, or will it be the Boss? Sasha Banks wanted this match. She called out Toni Storm last week, said she wanted to face SmackDown's hottest commodity. And well, tonight, she gets what she wanted, because we are ready and rearing to go between these two women. Toni Storm showing no signs of the fear, of the hesitation that struck upon her when the Queen of Spades walked into the ring. It seems that has all gone away for Toni Storm right now, and her focus is on one woman and one woman alone. And that is the Boss, Sasha Banks, who will be looking to do everything here tonight to become the number one contender. If you had to ask me, Toni Storm put it best earlier this evening. Yes, the woman who is defeated will go to the Women's Royal Rumble match. But neither of them won it. No matter how historic that match will be, both these women are here to be the #1 contender, to be the SmackDown Women's Champion. They're not here to play second best. They're not here to enter a match with 29 other women. They are here to be the champion. And that is exactly what they're going to look to do here tonight in our main event of the evening. Shawn Michaels giving a great opportunity to the women of SmackDown here this evening. Let's see what'll happen between these two incredible athletes. The bell rings and we are underway between them. Middle of the ring, calling about tie-up between the two. And a clean break on its way. Yes, it will. You get some positive reaction for Sasha Banks. That's been the way now for a number of weeks and months, really, ever since uncalled for attack of Tegan Knox on an episode of SmackDown. Sasha Banks now, though, having to run the ropes here. Oh, Toni Storm caught it with a hurricanrana there. And Toni Storm looking to get things going against Sasha Banks. Oh! Well, if that was the Royal Rumble, Toni Storm would not be on her way to WrestleMania. Clattering to the outside there. And Sasha Banks, rightfully so, taking control off of that incredibly timed counter from Sasha Banks as well. She goes into the cover now, looking to try and put away Toni Storm, looking to become the #1 contender. Early 2 count on Toni. She's back up to her feet, just a smack in the face there from Sasha though. Forearm shot taking Toni down to one knee, but Storm counters out of her way out of that slam. Sending Sasha Banks into the turnbuckle now, but Banks coming back with an elbow and now a forearm. It was a nice little start for Toni Storm, but Sasha Banks with that counter over the top rope has turned the match around into her favor. Let's see what will happen now. Using the ropes here. And taking a page out of the Aces book on Raw with a twist and shout from Sasha Banks, but it's only good for one. And Toni Storm not only letting it be good for one, but she's going to go right up to her feet. Lariat from Storm. Banks goes down. Storm in here. Look out. Pile driver. Drilled her head into the mat. Sasha Banks doesn't know where she is right now. Trying to use the ropes. Toni Storm is in control. Hurricanrana. Shoulders pinned down. Oh, and Toni Storm is about half a second away from going to the Royal Rumble. Look at how she's staying on Sasha Banks here. Another pinning predicament off that Northern Lights. Sasha Banks kicking out at one, however. Great toughness being shown by these two women already. And this matchup, well, it's barely got underway. Big boot there from Toni Storm. Takes Sasha Banks down. And that clothesline over the top rope, or that missed clothesline rather, from Toni Storm, now seems like a thing of the past, as Toni Time has checked in to this main event matchup here. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. There's the counter from Sasha. Kick in the thigh there. Sasha walks the ropes. And a big arm drag follows up as well. Went for a neck crank. She mistimed that one though, but Toni Storm not getting herself back up to her feet there in any speedy sense either. And Sasha Banks can stay in control here. Nice neck breaker. Nothing flashy. Just effective Dragon Sleeper here. Dragon Sleeper locked in. She doesn't really have it underneath the neck, however. Also has it on the forehead, it would seem. But Toni Storm able to fight their way out of it. Lariat missed it. It seemed too obvious there for Sasha Banks. She slipped her way out of it, and she'll go back to the well again, placing Storm on the top rope and hitting a twist and shout. Right hand from Sasha Banks. Now Toni gives up the back. And a back suplex comes in from the boss, who will of course be looking to soften up the head and the neck as best she can for the Banks statement and that tap out win in this main event match. Sasha Banks with a double axe handle from the apron to the floor there on a Toni Storm. And it seems as if Toni Time has had to check out briefly and the boss has stepped in. Sasha Banks, full of ego on the apron, now on the top rope, crossbody down at the Toni Storm. Could that be all she wrote for Toni? There's the cover, there's a kick out from Storm at 2. Not over yet. Toni Storm's still got a lot of fight in her, but she's going to have to find it right now. Bankrupt connects of Sasha Banks. And she will line it up. She's ready to end it. She's ready to end it already. Looking for the Banks statement early on, but the key word there was early. Too early. As Toni Storm counters, and it's a backstabber onto Banks now. And Toni Storm is able to turn things around here. Right hand from Storm. In she comes. And she's taking a page out of ECW's book with a Destino there. Storm, top rope. What are we going to see from up high? Splashing down onto Sasha Banks there. And now Toni this time gets hold of the lariat, and now she will look to finish it off. She has Sasha Banks in position, looking for strong zero, and Banks had it scouted. Banks counters it. Tit for tat. Both finishing maneuvers from both women have been countered in this one. Oh, wait a minute, surfboard stretch. Oh, it is. Look at that. Way up in the air, the agony that must be inflicted on Toni Storm right now. Will she have to tap out here to Sasha Banks? Her arms pinned back, but she's not giving up. Storm rolls out of it, and Banks couldn't get up to her feet quick enough. Here we go, Toni Storm, backstabber again on Banks. And things have really kicked things up a notch ever since the Banks statement was counted. And now we're just sitting, wondering, waiting. When will that moment come? Both women have seeked their finishing maneuver. Neither have got it, but who will be the first to get the Banks statement or to get strong zero in? They may have gone to the well all too early, but they've been to the well. That's the most important factor. Toni Storm with a counter now, and it's Storm from up high. Drop kick, no one home. Nasty impact in the ring there for Toni Storm, and Banks looking to steal one. Rolling up Storm, shoulders pinned down, middle of the ring. Oh, she almost had it, but Storm just barely getting that far shoulder up in time there. Great spot the referee was in to notice that one. And look at Sasha Banks now. Been a sprint these last few minutes between these two women. They've been throwing it all at one another. Banks hitting an elbow drop onto the back of Toni Storm, and I'll tell you something, that back of Toni Storm has been getting softened up, and that will do great work for the Banks statement, for the angle that the back of Toni Storm will be contorted at, as well. This submission maneuver, Storm gets away out of it, but the damage is being done piece by Sasha Banks. She's not making it obvious with the head and neck. She's going for the back. But Toni Storm trying to fight through the pain. Sasha Banks counters the suplex. Small package. Could this be it? Toni Storm flips it over. Small package of her own, and that's only good for one. They are going all out here to be the #1 contender. I don't think I've ever seen anyone so eager in all of my life to face Shayna Baszler. Toni Storm on the apron again. Sasha Banks, this time she'll get what she wants. Rope, hung, neck breaker onto Storm. Has the exhaustion in either woman set in yet? They have thrown everything at one another. More or less, Banks, frog splash from up high. And that usually spells the beginning of the end. Toni Storm wanted to give her all. Sasha Banks may have just weathered the storm. Bankrupt connects again. And Sasha Banks looking to finish however she sees fit. snapping almost the arm of Toni Storm there, as if to add insult to injury to what she's about to do. Sasha Banks calling Toni Storm to her feet. She has eyed it up. There's no way Storm is going to be in the ropes. The knees are in the back. She'll flat over. Back statement. Back statement. And now when I said her at the back will come true. The back is contorted. The damage has been done. Is it just a matter of time before Toni Storm taps out and it will be Boss versus Queen at the Royal Rumble? Toni Storm, we know where to go. She's been in this hold almost 20 seconds now. As she fights out, she rolls out of it, shoulders are down. Oh! Kick out of one, kick out of one. Storm almost had her there. Toni's in. Oh my goodness! Sasha Banks just drove her boot, almost curb stomping her into the mat. Toni Storm looks like she's out of it. Sasha Banks on the top rope, looking to end it. Banks will fly, Storm's up to her feet, kick in the gut. Toni Storm, strong zero. Toni Storm has done it. What a fantastic counter! She got on a back statement. She found a way out of it, but then she had her head stomped into the canvas. Sasha came off the top rope. She caught her out of the air. Strong zero connects. And your number one contender to the SmackDown Women's Championship. It is Toni time in Edmonton. Toni Storm will face Shayna Baszler. But folks, it's happening backstage. Here we go. Brian Cage has shown up. The Machine is in the building. Man vs. Machine is going down. It's a takeover rematch in the Rogers Arena parking lot. Jeff Cobb has waited all night for this. And Brian Cage and Jeff Cobb are throwing down on one another into the car. Goes Jeff Cobb there, but Cobb comes up with the counter. Cobb and Cage just throwing bombs, throwing haymakers on one another right now. The fight is out of the parking lot, but back in the arena. Shayna Baszler caught Storm off guard. The Queen of Spades struck on Toni Storm. Storm never saw it coming. And the SmackDown Women's Champion not only stared at the number one contender, but now delivers her message. Ace of Spades clutch with nowhere for Toni Storm to turn to. Storm being choked down in the ring by the SmackDown Women's Champion. And maybe the fears that she demonstrated backstage were for every just reason. The Queen of Spades has struck here on Toni Storm, but it's not over in the parking lot. Jeff Cobb seems to have got the one up. Oh, Brian Cage, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jeff Cobb with a power bomb onto the car windshield. Machine goes down. Man conquers Machine. Jeff Cobb has floored Brian Cage.